viewers, welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. That's a 2004 Honda. It's coming in, it has a case of the shivers. The engine has a misfire. Engine light's on, it's flashing, and it has codes for all 6 cylinders. Now, this is old enough where when I look at scan data, I do not see any misfire counters, and nor do I have the ability to shut off injectors to find the dead cylinder. So I just came out under the hood thinking, probably just a coil pack. Went through, unplugged each coil at a time. The engine stumbled on each one except for cylinder number 4. So fortunately for us, it's in the front. It's on that side, quick and dirty. Just swap the coil with another cylinder. The misfire's still there, as far as I've got, so I thought I'd bring it along. All right, so we have spark. We know it's not the coil, and we have control to the coil. Let computer get booted up. What I want to know is, can we, we could, at this point, we could pull out a spark plug. We can do compression. Let this recognize my face. There's my face. We could do all of that. I think what I'd like to do is see if we can jump on. I think we can jump on the little connector in the back and see if our injectors are firing. I guess would be the easiest thing. We need to have spark and air and fuel and all that stuff. So I'm going to get a diagram here. We will see which wire, who runs who. Be nice if we can get right on that injector, and if we see that we have good injector pulse and we have, obviously we have control of the coil, then we'll change our diagnostic route from there. But kind of want to gather some of the easiest stuff we can at first. Slight change of plan. The wire diagram colors do not match what's back on that joint connector on the back of the valve cover. I'm not going to spend all day looking for those. We're fortunate in the sense that it is this injector on the end. I pulled the insulation back on it, or the black coating. I think I can get in there with an amp clamp. We know our misfire's on this cylinder, so we will just look at that cylinder by itself. So I got the Pico set up here. I'm gonna see if I can't get this amp clamp down on there, and hopefully in the right direction. That's where we are. Underneath there, number 4 injector. Amp clamp should be going the right direction. Got it up here on the screen. We'll walk around here and fire this thing up. Let me reach in here. Hang on. Oh, there she is. Now let's see, we're gonna have to change our scale here. We're down 2 amp. Now we're gonna have to put a trigger on here so we can see what the heck we're looking at. And oddly enough, this engine does not feel like it's misfiring now. That's handy. By handy, I mean not handy. Let's see if I unplug the coil, if it goes, start skipping. Son of a gun. Now it's running smooth glass. It's not skipping now. Pull out number 5. You gotta be kidding me. The only thing I disturbed is that injector. And we're drawing about 1 amp. So that injector is good. We can see the opening on it. Yep, drawing about 990 milliamps, about 1 amp. Son of a gun. Now I'm gonna have to fiddle with some connectors here. That's the only thing I've done, is I pulled back the insulation so I could get on that injector. The only other thing I touched was this joint harness back here, looking for the appropriate wire colors. And I didn't see, I found 4 of the yellow with blacks, there should be 6. So I didn't want to mess with that too much, but this is all I literally did, is tip that up like that. It's going to suck if I just disturb the intermittent problem. I'm going to do a little fiddling here. I think I got lucky. We accidentally found the problem in the midst of testing, so let's see if I can get it back up again. Oh, right. Just barely touches right there. I don't know if you guys can hear that buffeting in the tailpipe, but see if I get it again. But all I've done is come in here, I pulled this insulation back from my pick so I could get the clamp on it, and then now the problem's gone. But if we Just touch this injector connector. One way or the other. Okay. It's very sensitive. Oh gosh, can't do it now. I had it going there for a little bit, but to get it just right, starts acting up. Oops, right there. There we go. Oh, no, that's good. Right there, dead miss. I'll be darned. Well, maybe you get lucky, people. This is why we don't meddle in things while not be meddling in. Typically, you stick a amp clamp on something, it's considered a non-invasive test, so you don't accidentally, move something. That's why we like to start with stuff simple instead of, fiddling with things. So we're going to take and pull if I can get this injector unplugged, see if we can see what's wrong with it. Obviously something here, we just touch and it goes crazy on us. That's the injector connector.
They're on hold.
Connector looks good. I'm just going to get down there and wiggle the pins on that injector just to see. I know you guys can't see under here, but yeah, the pins seem nice and tight. And there's a little bit of dirt inside the connector. But there's obviously something here that is not happy. I'm curious if we should depin it. Just to have a look. Wondering if somebody, perhaps front probed it at one time and the little tang thing that, on the female half of the connector, if that's pushed back, we can do a pin drag test on it, I guess. I don't know, pretty interesting. So I pulled the little blue donger there, it goes inside the connector out. Got a needle. Let's see if we can't depin it. Just to have a close look here. If I can hit the latch. Come on, little fella. I think that's the latch. Maybe. Come on. There's that one. This is the power feed. And yes, it looks like somebody has front probed this thing. So inside this, well, this is going to be really hard to show on camera. Let me get the other one out. I'm thinking somebody front probed it and bent these pins. Maybe this went to Josh's college. I should go ask him. Let's see. The power side was on the left of the notch. We'll leave that like that so I don't mix them up. Yes, both of those tangs. So these connectors, I'll give you the hyperimposed view. I don't even know if that's the right word, but if this is the side view of the female half, the male half goes like this. Anatomy 101, male, female. Inside the female half, there's usually a little blade that sticks up. So when the male side comes in, it gives it good feels and makes a tight contact. So you can often take these and just push them from the back side. Push that little tang back up to, well, tighten up the hole. So let's see if we can't bend that back down a little bit so it has some resistance once it's plugged in. Ouch, that was right in that one's gonna bleed. Pretty near certain. We're gonna have a bleeder. We're gonna have to ask Josh if he worked on this carburetor in college.
Is it all Poked up.
It has been front probed.
Oh.
I just missed the anatomy lesson, probably a good thing.
Oh, I was working over there with the scope. So, yes.
You were working with the scope?
Scope. I was putting the tags on it.
What scope?
The Pico scope.
What were you doing
On
with
the
Pico
box. I was spraying the tag on it. It was peeling up.
Oh.
So I put a new one on it.
Oh, it's like you're over there with a scope? Like I've got, it's like, what are you doing? You're doing some scope usage.
I wish.
You wish?
Yeah.
Dude, feel free, man. Okay, it appears that the tang is back out to tighten up the hole. And it's got good tension. Should have. If not, it's going to need new terminals. So this is the dangers of front probing. Like, so if you're using a T-pin, it's very tempting to just, you know, front probe it. However,
But then you ruined the wires?
no, it ruins the connector actually.
Oh.
So there's a little inside the little female half here. So this is, now we already did the whole
Yes,
thing
that
on the
was-
camera. There's a little metal tab in there that sticks up. So when the male half goes in there, it reaches up and holds constant tension on it.
Yeah.
And when you front probe it, it pushes
Destroys
that,
that.
yeah, it pushes that tab down, and then it no longer has tension. So looks like it should be in good shape now, or good shape for the shape we're in.
Did I fix it?
Should. Accidentally found the problem, looking for the problem.
She said it was fixed. It was running good for the first little while after they quote unquote fixed it. About 3 or 4 days, and then it started going bad. So I'm wondering if they.
Oh, great. You think somebody else already been in here and done this?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, because I have the unlimited limited guarantee, if this result comes back as a misfire and it's the same thing, then at that point we will say you need a new injector connector.
Injector connector. Nice saying.
Bada boom. All right. I do not have any stable at 22, so we're just going to go back under.
Stable at 22.
It's a contact enhancer.
Oh.
You put it on. Enhance. Enhance. It's quite expensive. I should get some, because every time I do a connector, I'm like, man, I wish I had some stable at 22.
You ever had?
Then I look it up on Amazon. I'm like, oh wow.
That's why I don't have any stable in 22.
Then I'm like, I should really get some. I'm like, well, that last car I just did a fix, so.
I say, do you have trouble any solid connections?
Sometimes you have some connections that are somewhat sketchy, and it would be nice to have some stable at 22.
Do you want me to order some?
No.
Okay.
Nap. Yeah, I even looked up on Nap once. I've looked it up multiple times.
I can call Damon.
And then I buy some Deoxit with contact enhancer in it, which I've used all that. Some Deoxit D5 Gold. It's gold. You don't know that movie reference?
No.
You've never watched Austin Powers Goldmember? Should hope not.
No.
Okay, great answer.
No, I'm not.
Don't. It's not a family-friendly movie. Is that my phone?
Do you have that ringer, Eric? Never.
Oh, it's Jason.
Jason.
So there we are. Go ahead and start it up there, young lady. We're going to see if we can get the little hitch in its giddy up again.
Got it.
Go on, my computer's. Oh, she's smooth. Smooth glass, and I'm going to reach under with the pick and see if we can't make it act up again. Boy, barely touches it so bad. I can shut off, young lady.
Get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good job.
Thank you. So we'll have to leave it at that for now, folks. I'm going to clear the codes out of it. And interestingly enough, though, it had a code for all 6 cylinders, and I don't know if somebody was, fiddling, unplugging coil packs, such as I was, perhaps, and set those codes. That I don't know. It's clearly only misfiring on one cylinder. So I'm going to take it for a shake. And I guess this was a pretty short and lame diagnosis video. Pretty disappointing, right?
But you fixed it. That's the important part.
Yeah, but
She doesn't care how exciting it was.
I know a lady doesn't, but the people do.
Sometimes exciting is expensive.
Get the old windows rolled up here. Ooh, she feels nice and smooth. I did not drive this thing before because it was misfiring so bad I didn't want to cause any more damage. So the other thing that's kind of curious is the fact that that connector was, you know, front probed at one point. So, you know, what caused that? My thought is maybe, you know, so this thing's got it's only got 128,000 on it. I wonder if at some point, you know, this vehicle was a no start. You know, maybe it was taken to a shop and they checked, you know, it's got pulse, it's got injector, you know, injector pulse and spark. You know, maybe that's the easiest injector to get to. Maybe it had gotten front probed at some point in its life to check for injector pulse, and you know, it took a while for this problem to show up because, you know, now it runs smooth as glass. Yeah, certainly no misfires. I was a little disappointed if that, you know, trying to hook up our test equipment, we inadvertently found the problem, which I guess I shouldn't be disappointed, but if we were able to hook on the back side of the valve cover there at that junction connector, you know, at that point we would have seen the missing injector pulse. So we would have ended up at the same, you know, same results. We just found it a little bit faster. So, but, you know, we just don't know how the problem was created. So, and as I was telling Marie, if this car were to come back and same issue, you know, we found that connector issue, I would either A, you know, get the new terminals at that point, or likely just buy a new pigtail for that injector and not have to worry about, you know, trying to factory crimp those terminals and things like that. So, I guess that's it. All right, folks, we're going to leave it at that. I'm happy with it. Seems to work good. And like I say, if it haunts me, we'll, you know, new connector or whatever. Gonna get motoring. Got some more things to work on. Got some, all kinds of stuff. Stay tuned. Look in the other videos. You want to make sure you don't miss them. Go down there, hit subscribe, ring that bell, and while you're down there, leave a question, comment, criticism, or concern. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.